Hey everybody, this is Ryan aka Salos, and today we are looking at the pre-alpha patch 4.3 for Crowfall, which is a very cool game from some guys down in Texas, where I'm from, that have worked on some other projects, Shadowbane and Star Wars, the Star Wars MMO, to name a couple. They're from some of those studios. And now they've gotten together, formed their own studio, and they are working on this game here. And so we're going to be covering a few things about Crowfall and what you need to know. You can get the link for it in the description below. But this is the newest version, the newest patch that's out for it. And excuse that, that was just me dinging up in the background. Let me turn that down a little. There's a lot of stuff to cover in this version that was not in, I wonder if that's music, that was not in a previous version. So one is full PvP is in and supposedly working better than ever. Got a decent ping this morning, so if I see someone, I'll definitely go after them. There is no map, so at least not in-game. They did publish a map of the area shortly before they did the test. So one thing to know about this game is that it is kind of like part Ultima Online, part EVE Online, part Shadowbane, part Minecraft, really, in a sense, because anytime you're punching trees, people are going to think it's like Minecraft. And then also like other MMOs where you level up. But some things that are different about it are the crafting system is very unique. The skill system is very unique. You can see me getting skills down there. So those are actually skills that I'm getting right now, just for running them. So where to start? I mean, there's so much on this game that we can cover, and you can see, but we'll just kind of start the basics. So the first thing is that, unlike other games, you can actually be multiple avatars in the game, or they call them vessels in this game, without really having to change up a whole lot. So like right now I'm playing a Legionnaire. It's a little centaur dude. And so he is an avatar that I can control in this little world, this campaign world that I'm in here. So he can do different stuff. He can cut trees down. He can craft, and the recipes that he knows and what he can do is based on me as the player, not actually on him, the dude. So you kind of have two independent skills. Now I can give him skills that my other characters may not have. And I'll show you those here in a second. So you can choose to be any one of these little avatars to represent their vessels. You can change to any one you want at any given time. And then you also have an inventory, a spirit bank that you can manage between them to save resources. So I can put all this stuff into my spirit bank. Now I won't have access to it instantly if I transfer over to another character, because it takes some time. So you see there's X's on these now. So I can't actually access these items from this avatar or any other avatars that I change into. But what I can do now is I can switch over. Everything that I'm wearing will transfer automatically, and so will the inventory. So, and the stuff in your spirit bank obviously is saved. So if I were to die here in this world, that stuff is still safe. But anything that's on my inventory gets dropped. So it's a lot like if you played Ultima or Shadowbane or even EVE. It's a lot like that, where when you get killed in the game, your inventory is available for other players to take. So now, though, I can swap over to the Duelist, for example. And I'm this little guy now. And so you can see there's a lot of stuff that's not in the game yet. This is all like, so the customization is not there. There's no customization as of yet. And so I'm automatically wearing armor, all the armor that I had before, which you can see here. I'm automatically wearing all that. I still have all my little tools. These runestones are the tools you can use to like mine things. The only thing that I didn't get to keep equipped was my weapon, because this character doesn't use that kind of weapon. He uses a rapier, I think it's called. And so they unequipped my a pole arm because the duelist cannot equip a pole arm. So I'll have to make a weapon for him real quick with the items I have available, which I can pull out of my spirit bank, which you don't have to be anywhere specific to be. That's really nice. In other games, you'd have like a big banking system. That's taken out. It's all right here. You can access it all in real time. So as soon as that stuff becomes available, which it real pretty quick, you'll notice here in another minute or two, there it goes. So now that's rolled off. So now I actually have access to this stuff and I can transfer it back over to my inventory. Now I won't have access to it immediately again in my inventory, so I'll have to wait a second for it all to move over. But as soon as it clears in here, then I can use this stuff on my new little vessel that I'm playing right now. In the meantime, though, I can just mine anything I want. So resources use stamina. That's one thing that's a little bit different in this game to other games, is that it actually does take your stamina. So I could be sitting here mining a resource and, you know, someone from another faction sneaks up behind me, starts fighting with me. I'm going to have to wait a second for my stamina to recharge. I won't be able to use a lot of abilities right off the bat because I don't have any stamina. So that could be a potential issue. Combat in the game is, so as soon as you, in the current state, now this could change, but as soon as you log in right now, you immediately have all these abilities that each vessel can use, and they're all unique to that vessel or that avatar. So a bunch of avatars are available, but not all of them are available right now in this alpha. So the big things in this alpha are just kind of the basic crafting system and the PvP, which hopefully I'll have some PvP that I can show you guys here in a little bit. So the only other things to really know before we try to maybe find some PvP to get involved in is the crafting system is, again, is unique to you as a player, not necessarily this specific little vessel or avatar that I'm using at the moment. So anything that you learn, at least in this version, so anything that you learn as a player, you know as a player, and you can make on any vessel, because your skills are all dependent on, so let me show you that. So the skill tree is separate. You'll notice the skill tree you can actually access outside the game. You don't have to be playing the game to be leveling up skills. So I can go in here and I can look at the things that are currently training. And as you can see there's a countdown for when they level up. So I've got, just since yesterday, I've already put 58 points into combat principles, which is the entry level combat thing. And that increases my attack power up to 10 and my armor class up to 15 for every single vessel that I play in the game. So that's an across the board buff regardless of what vessel or avatar I'm currently playing as at that moment. And this will be maxed out in 2 days and 8 hours. So it still has a ways to go, but it also will run continuously. Now, I don't know if it'll run like once the servers go down because the playtest is over in a couple days. So I may have to restart it on the next one. But when the game is live, this is something that you'll actually be able to do like over time. Now, whether it's going to reset at the beginning of every campaign cycle, which we'll get into that more in the future, I don't know. There's still a lot of things that are in flux, but I can change this if I want also. So once I'm satisfied with something and I want to maybe move up the tree, if I can level something else up, which I can't level this right now until I've fully leveled combat principles. So it's a little limited at the moment as far as where I can go with my abilities. And so you see, I have to actually, so I can start training weapon basics once I have 50% or more of combat principle, which I actually have now. So it should theoretically change this. Oh no, you have to have 50% of the entire tree. So I have to actually have, before I can get into any of these trees here, I have to have over 50% of this entire tree researched. So it is going to take, I'm at 2% right now. I've been doing it, but I've only been doing it for 1 day. So you can see how, and this is all occurring even when I'm not logged into the game. So all these skills are being trained. And then down here on the archetype training, you can pick the 4 different roles that are currently in the game. And then out of those roles, you can pick an avatar and you can train an avatar. So right now I'm currently training up Druid, Duelist, which is the character I'm playing right now, and Myrmidon. So all three of those avatars are getting trained up. And then once, like, so the Myrmidon, for example, once I get some points here in just the basic one, then I can start moving down the tree. And then once I get to the top of the tree, then you can actually specialize in what's called like a promotion class, where you can really specialize your character in what they do and the abilities that they have at that point, get pretty specific. So that's kind of it's very, very extensive, but it's all time unlocked. So you don't have to actually spend time in the game grinding up things. What I can do in the game is what I can do right now. And the only thing that I have to farm or quote unquote grind as far as the game itself is resources. Chopping down trees, getting stone, or stuff like that so that I can craft better items so we can accomplish the objectives on the server, which basically revolves around taking down your opponent's forts and taking territory from the other factions, which we'll take a look at a little bit later. So that's the skill trees. The crafting is pretty simple, actually. You have a very finite amount of recipes compared to other games, and how good the item is basically depends on what you put into it. If you put in level 1 wood and stone for all of your items, you're going to get a very basic item. But if you put in higher tier things, like there's tier 4 right now, so that little stone over there, that brown one sticking out of the ground, that's tier 4 stone. So if you use that in your crafting recipes, you're going to have much higher quality items that are going to do more damage, or they're going to last longer. And then you can even skill up in the skill tree. You can actually refine your character. So instead of going down the combat proficiencies or principles tree, which I am right now, I could instead switch over to crafting, and I could actually get crafting proficiency. And so then when I'm crafting things out of stone or other items, then I'm going to get higher chances of critical success, where I might get a better item. They'll have less of a chance to just not make anything, because that is actually a possibility that you may make something and it just doesn't happen. You get a percentage when you go to make something of what the chance is. So you can see here the success chance on tools is like 97%. It's hard to mess it up. But the success chance of other items, if we pick something maybe a little bit farther down the tree, so like for leather gloves, for example, even if you're just using the most basic elements, so if I'm just using just slag ore, low end hide, low end wood, the chances of actually making a set of leather gloves is only 67%. So you can raise that percentage by investing into that skill tree. But if you're investing into the crafting skill tree, you're not investing into the combat skill tree. So that's why it's important that you have the help of your faction mates to help you with, protecting you while you're looking for resources. You're going to have to provide them with tools and weapons while they kill things for you, basically. So it's very much like a team involved dynamic through the campaigns. Okay, so I found somebody, got them in my sights. I'm going to burrow up on them. I'm about to say, surprise, sucker. Let's hope I'm not just glitched out. Just look like. Okay, so combat, needless to say, is a little buggy. Got him. Where'd he go? His body. Oh. Oh, I got a skill level up. Okay, so that was really laggy, really buggy. Now I'm. It's awkward. I'm totally lagged out now. What happened? No. Okay, I'm not in combat now. Okay, there you go. All right, so and then I start regening HP now that I'm not in combat. So that was really laggy PvP that I won? Question mark. So I don't know. There you go. You can see a little bit. The duelist obviously ranged, a little bit of melee, a little bit of ranged. I'm not sure exactly where he shines, but that's some duelist PvP that you can see there. And hopefully the servers will get a little bit better. Maybe I can capture some better stream or something. Anyway, that's Crowfall in its current state, and hopefully we'll have a lot more that we can show you guys later on. I'm going to be on streaming this weekend doing some crafting and some other things, so feel free to catch me on there at twitch.tv/Ryan Shore, just using my real name. Dangerous, I know. I like to live dangerous. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you guys have a great day, and make sure to hit the like and the subscribe button if you like what you see. Thanks a lot.